In this battle, we're going to be testing Lusitani Swordwomen up against Hastati. The Lusitani Swordwomen, a DLC unit from the Hannibal at the Gates DLC, I believe it was, and they have a decent melee attack for their price, a decent amount of weapon damage. Let's check their armor piercing. 5 armor piercing, so fairly standard stuff. They have a 10 charge bonus, which isn't great. Melee defense of 55 and armor of 15. But they have this ability, Frenzied Charge, which is going to increase charge speed, charge damage and acceleration at the cost of melee defense. So I want to see whether they can use that to good effect against the Hastati of Rome. Because of course a problem for Lusitani is dealing with sturdy meat shield units like the Hastati that can dish out some damage and also absorb a significant amount of damage. So let's see how the Lusitani Swordwomen do here. One unit is going to be using Frenzy, the other is not going to be using Frenzy. The Hastati are moving up, the Swordwomen are moving up, and boom, the charge happens. On the charge, these Lusitani Swordwomen have a charge bonus of only... This is part of the problem for the Lusitani Swordwomen. Having Frenzied Charge, increasing charge speed, charge damage and acceleration, it only boosts their charge bonus up to 13, which is kind of useless at the cost of melee defense and fatigue. So it's losing on the charge against fucking Hastati. A lot of that has to do with the precursors. Just look at how much... damage the Hastati were able to do with the cursors. The Lusitani Swordwomen have killed next to nothing. Frenzy Charge wears off. The Lusitani Swordwomen are very tired. Let's see, there are 57 remaining here, 58 remaining here, so a very similar result. Marginal use for Frenzy of the Lusitani Swordwomen. And the Hastati are... the Hastati defeat the Lusitani Swordwomen with 99 men remaining. That is a complete slaughter. Let's see how they do over here. 99, 98. Yeah, essentially the same result here. The Hastati just completely slaughter the Lusitani Swordwomen. And in order for the Lusitani Swordwomen to be effective, they essentially would have to... flank, but there is of course no flanking a Roman infantry line consisting of Hastati and veteran legionaries or evocati. So the Lusitani Swordwomen are of very questionable utility to the Lusitani, and I have a feeling the results would be very, very similar against the Celtic warriors and the other comparable units, because the Lusitani Swordwomen have low charge, low armor. They're just essentially a shittier version of the Hastati in many ways. So let's see, the Hastati, yeah, the Hastati just outperformed them in everything aside from melee attack, but those 5 extra points in melee attack can't really compete with the almost complete lack of armor and 5 less health than the Hastati. So the Swordwomen bite the dust. Strength and honor.